Hi everyone, and welcome to another Townie Makeover. I am really excited for this one because we're going to be giving the classic Pleasant twins a makeover, since they did of course come with Discover University, and the two of them, especially Lilith, have become a pretty important part of my Discover University series, because Lilith started dating my sim in that series, and I'm sure that because of that relationship, Angela's going to start to become a bigger part of the picture as well. So I just wanted to go in and give them a makeover and try to add some of my own style to them and improve their look a little bit. And in addition to what's going on in Discover University, I also have a whole Sims 2 series on them on my channel, so there is just a whole lot of Pleasant family on my channel currently. So I figured I might as well lean into that even more and give the Sims 4 versions of them makeovers. So we're starting things off with Angela, who is the quote-unquote good twin. So with her makeover, I kept with that softer, more preppy look that she had before, because in case you're not familiar with the Pleasant twins, Angela is, as I said, the good twin, or at least that's how she's seen. She's more, like, she comes across as more perfect and more of a goody two-shoes. She was the favorite child in her parents' eyes in The Sims 2 because they definitely treated her a lot better in that game if you look through their memories. And Lilith, on the other hand, seems to be the complete opposite, so she has more of a dark and edgy style, is more rebellious, she gets into a lot more trouble. But I feel like with their Sims 4 versions, they definitely lost some of the nuance that they had, because even though Angela looked like this perfect goody two-shoes, she wasn't really all perfectly good, because if you play with them in The Sims 2, you will notice that Angela is the one that tends to pick fights a little bit more, so she definitely is not exactly as she seems. Like, her goodness seems like a little bit more of a facade. So for that reason, I think in my own gameplay, I will change their traits. I'm not going to change them when I upload these versions of them, because not everyone may want to download them with changed traits, but I think for Angela, I definitely will remove that good trait, because I don't think, like, while I don't think she's a bad sim, I don't think she's perfectly good either, so I want to add a little bit more of that nuance back in. And then I also want to make some changes to Lilith as well, because they have her as a public enemy and a kleptomaniac, and she's majoring in villainy, which I don't think actually suits her. Because when I played her in The Sims 2, she had these wants to go to college. Like, she actually wanted to improve her life and do better. So what I think I'm going to do is change her aspiration to the Mischief. I can't remember what it was, like Master of Mischief or something like that. Whatever the more toned down version of that public enemy one is. And then I think I'm also going to remove her kleptomaniac trait and replace it with something that goes with her personality from The Sims 2 a little bit more, like maybe the active trait. And I think I'm going to do that for Angela as well with her good trait, like just kind of look at her personality from The Sims 2 and give her something that goes along with that, or maybe the creative trait, because she is majoring in, I think, art history, and she doesn't have the creative trait, so maybe that's a good way to go with her to kind of balance it out a little bit. Another trait I was thinking could work well for Angela is the jealous trait. I think that could be interesting, and I get the feeling that there could be a bit of sibling jealousy between the two of them. So let me know what you all think of those ideas that I have for their traits and aspirations. But I am really happy with how Angela's makeover came out. And that was just her formal wear there. So for her formal wear, I decided that rather than having that pin straight hair that she has with her other outfits, it might look really nice to give her this curlier do, like she did it up a little bit for her formal wear. And I also really like that dress that I found for her formal wear, because I did download a whole bunch of new custom content before giving these Sims their makeovers, because it's been a little while since I went on a downloading spree, and that dress was just absolutely beautiful. And something else I found that I really liked was this freckle detail that I used on them, because it covers their faces, and it also goes a little bit into their bodies as well, which I feel is very realistic. And since they do have red hair, I just thought it was very fitting that they would have a bunch of freckles rather than having a perfectly clear complexion. So I just love having those different details to add to the Sims. And I also just really like this hair here with the clips on it. It just, I feel, goes so well with that perfect goody two-shoes kind of aesthetic that I wanted her to have. And I was just like, overall, her style is just very cutesy. Lots of pastel colors, very put together. Something that I found interesting about this version of Angela is that she's actually neat. Whereas in The Sims 2, she was a little sloppy. She wasn't really super sloppy. I think she had 3 or 4 out of 10 points. But she definitely wasn't neat either, but I think they just did that in this game to reinforce that whole her and Lilith are opposite things because, you know, she's neat. Lilith is a slob. She's supposed to be good. Lilith is supposed to be evil, although they thankfully didn't give her the evil trait. But that's definitely what they're going for with Lilith, even though, as I said, that isn't exactly how it was in The Sims 2, because in that game, they actually had pretty close personalities. I think the main differences were that Angela had a couple more points in neatness and niceness, maybe. I think that was about it. Like, I think she had a more developed personality than Lilith did because due to Lilith's bad upbringing, she didn't really develop all of her, you know, get all of her personality points. But otherwise, they're actually pretty similar in terms of personality. But I guess with this game, they removed some of that nuance I was talking about because that was kind of the easiest way to get across the idea of them, you know, because not everyone who plays The Sims 4 played The Sims 2, so they may not know all of the backstory that's attached to them, so it's just kind of easier to just, you know, go, this twin's good, this twin's evil, and leave it at that, even though that definitely isn't the whole story there, and I wish there was that ability to add more of a backstory to these Sims. But we're almost done with Angela's makeover, so I'm on her winter wear. And I like the idea of what she originally had for her outerwear, so I just built on that and changed out her, I think, purple pants for darker ones. And then I had this really cute scarf that I had downloaded from somewhere a while ago, so I just added that to it and then gave her a hat and changed some other things about it. And I thought it turned out pretty good. And I will also have links to all of the custom content that I used on these Sims in the description in case any of you want to know where I got anything. I did use more than usual on these Sims just because I was so excited to use everything that I downloaded. We're on to Lilith's makeover though, and at first I had this hair in her that I thought was absolutely perfect when I saw it because it is very similar to her original hairstyle, which I thought was cute, but I just wasn't completely feeling. I did like that whole side bun thing that was going on with it, so when I saw this hairstyle, I was like, okay, we have got to try this on Lilith because it's like that one, but I think better and a little bit more elaborate. So rather than sticking with her original natural red, I changed it to this more fiery red because it was something that went with her style while at the same time not straying from her original look too much. And then to add on to that, I also have a black ombre towards the bottom of it, which I just think added to her look even more. And then for her makeup, we kept the same kind of vibe that originally had with a dark lipstick, or actually she didn't have dark lipstick. I think she just had this kind of nude gloss on, but I just thought for her, this darker lipstick was perfect because that is what the Sims 2 version of her had. And then I also found a better eyeshadow for her that was similar to what she originally had, but better because that eyeshadow just, I just was not feeling it because it was too much. It made her look like a panda kind of because it was just all black right around her eyes. So this one is similar to that, especially the black shade of it that I used, but it's just a little bit more toned down. Like you could see more of her eyelid with it. So I think it looks a little bit better on her than what I had on first. But for her last outfit here, I decided to change her hair to this one that's down, and then I was giving her this shirt that's actually a men's flannel shirt, but I just thought it went with this kind of 90s grunge vibe that I wanted to add to her look. And then when I changed her hair to this one, I thought, you know, I'm kind of feeling this look for her. So I actually went back and changed all of her, like changed her hair and her other outfits to this one, because I mean, that one I had on her at first was awesome, but I just fell in love with the 90s grunge type vibe that this hair gives her, and I, in a way, thought it suited her a little bit more to have something that was more simple in terms of the style. So yeah, much to my surprise, I decided to just change it to go with this one for all of her outfits, or well, at least most of them, because there were a few of her outfits where I gave her this other hairstyle that I got was more of a space buns kind of a thing. You know, it kind of had that whole side buns thing going on with it, but it wasn't half up, half down. It was just all up in a bun. So you do kind of have a little bit of that with some of her outfits. I would have liked to have used that other hairstyle that I had with her formal wear, which I was trying to do at first, but the problem was the ombre thing was a separate accessory, and it kind of interfered with some slots. Like I couldn't use the same eyebrow ring with the ombre shade for that other hairstyle, so I just at first went with this one because I could have the eyebrow piercing where it was originally. But in the end, I changed that updo, which looked a lot better. There was just this whole thing with wanting the eyebrow piercing to be visible, and then when it was on the other side, it wasn't visible with her everyday wear hair. So that it was just a whole thing with trying to figure out how to coordinate the hairs with the different outfits. But I actually really like her formal wear because it's got kind of this witchy vibe to it, because I did use that one shirt that came with Realm of Magic, and it's just something that like felt like her twist on a formal outfit. So I just absolutely love it on her. And this is that hairstyle that I was talking about. So we've got that with her athletic wear and her formal wear, and I believe her party wear as well as in the end. The only problem with it is that there isn't any of that black showing on it. There was an ombre accessory that kind of worked with it, but the only problem was it was the earring slot. So that meant I couldn't use the earrings that I wanted to use. Like, there was just this whole thing. Like, I really like this ombre accessories, but they do cause some issues when you want to use piercing accessories. So yeah, that's what I had to do in the end. But I think it's fine because I kind of saw it as maybe she has the black ends tucked in a way where you can't see them. I mean, it's not a huge deal. But we're on to our party wear now. So we just got these camo pants with some boots and then almost a crop top. Like, it's not quite a crop top with these pants, but I just really love this look on her. And something else I wanted to mention is that I will be giving their house a renovation. I haven't started it all yet, so I'm not sure when the video for that's going to be up. Maybe sometime later this week, but yeah, I just really wanted to go in and give their house a whole new look as well, because I do want to visit that in my Discover University series. Like, I was thinking that it might be fun to have a spooky day party at their house, because it's going to be spooky day in the next part of that series. So yeah, I was just thinking it would be fun to, rather than having the party at my Sims dorm, have it at Lilith and Angela's house, and then have it so some of their friends are invited, so my Sim Jonah can meet their friends and kind of expand a social circle. So I think that is something that will be really fun. But we are nearing the end of Lilith's makeover, so currently I'm on her hot weather outfit, so just going through and going with this top that she originally had for her everyday wear outfit. And then in the end, I used that one skirt that came with Discover University that looks kind of like this worn denim skirt. And then we got some fishnet leggings. We of course got to have that. That is definitely a staple in Lilith's style. And lastly, we have our cold weather outfit. So before I end things here, I did want to mention that these two will be up on the gallery. Unfortunately, since I do have custom content on them, I can't put a link in the description to download them, but I will try to put information in there on how to find them, because it is a little bit trickier when you do use Sims with, like when you do upload Sims with custom content. Like, you have to make sure that you check a certain box so that items with custom content appear, that you'll actually see them. So yeah, it's just a whole thing. So check in the description for those custom content links and information on how to put them in your game if you want to do that. But we are all done with Lilith's looks, so here we have some final pictures just showing their before and after transitions and all of their outfits, and that is going to be it for this video. So if you enjoyed it, thanks for watching, and bye!